Hello. Hi. I can't believe that just happened to me. There's no way. Oh my god. No fucking way. I literally sat here for 30 minutes thinking I was live. I was doing so much. I was doing the most. I swear to God. And I look over. I I look over to my fucking OBS and the start streaming button is there. I shit you not. It drained the energy from my life right now. Holy shit, I was on a roll. I was on a roll talking about shit. Hold on, hold on. Oh, okay. All right, all right. I need to put some stray beats in the background. I want to Holy shit. Okay. Let me do a recap on what I have just been talking about for the past 30 minutes. Okay. So, first things first, I was talking about my schedule for the next upcoming days, and then I was talking about my schedule going to be coming up for the next about month or two. Um so I finally started going back into work. Okay. So this season's going to be very, very busy, obviously, because the school semesters are starting up. So I am back on schedule as always. Um, so I couldn't finish a lot of my work for today. Um, so I might have to do it tomorrow. Eesh. What does this mean? It means today we're doing a little bit of gaming, boys and girls. We're gonna be playing some D4 and some Heartworm. I'm gonna try and do at least an hour of each. But in reality, I don't know. I was thinking about doing an all nighter. I don't know if I should do an all nighter though, because I have to be up really fucking early in the morning. I have to be up like at 5 o'clock in the morning to drive my dad to a doctor's appointment. He is having a colonoscopy, and he's goddamn terrified. Um, so I have to drive him to the doctor's in the morning. And I have to basically stay there, wait for the operation, and make sure he's all right, and then drive him back home and all that good stuff. It's probably going to be a few hours, so I am gonna need the strongest espresso you got, chat. The strongest espresso you offer, and I need a double shot of it. I'm not even joking. Um, so I'm gonna I'm debating. I'm debating right now if I should do an all nighter or not. I don't even know if I have enough games to play for an all nighter. I'm more than positive I probably do. I could probably finish Heartworm all in one night. I'm not even joking you. Um but here's the thing. I not only have to take my dad to the doctor's appointment tomorrow, I also have work right afterwards because I wasn't able to finish today. And it wasn't my fault that I wasn't able to finish. It wasn't my fault. It's because we didn't have the specific the paint that we had was expired, so we had to basically go get renewed paint. We had to go to the store basically buy some new ones. So I had to wait the day, basically for them to like kind of resupply on everything. Um, for those of you that don't know, I do a lot of like odd jobs and oddball things around the city. From painting to basic maintenance to installing appliances and moving shit. I do a lot of different shit, and it's not like a for sure job. It's just kind of something that I kind of like do on the side, on top of the other work that I do, um, with the respite work. So it's kind of like it's kind of just like a double thing. I've been doing it since I was a kid. My dad basically did plumbing maintenance his entire life, so I kind of was always kind of like right by him, and I was always learning little by little. So uh, it's something that I kind of picked up over the years. It's a skill that I don't really talk about too much, and I honestly don't want to make it my job. I don't. It's just a good opportunity to make good money. It's surprisingly really easy when you know how to do the work, and it's only a couple of hours of work most of the time, and you get a pretty fair pay. And if you know how to work quickly and know how to do things very fast, you could stack those jobs. You know, you can do multiple jobs all in the span of one day, and you can get paid very good money compared to a lot of other jobs. I say that very respectfully because um, over the years, my parents have gotten a lot of shit from like a lot of people who work really high end jobs. A lot of times, you know, people who work for like po- uh political parties and shit like that. I'm not really gonna speak names because I don't really talk like that about their clients. But like even my mom's a housekeeper, so like to have like people like that were just like, "Oh, you didn't have any level of education. Why are you making the amount of money that like my husband makes and he has like a fucking doctorate or some kind of like university degree?" And it's just like, because you're paying them to do the job you don't want them to do. That's essentially what's going on. And that's why our family has been able to live off so well for like the past couple of years, for many, many years. Now my parents are kind of reaching an age where they are just far too old and need to retire. And yeah, I'm kind of stepping in a little bit to help out around. Now that my dad's kind of like suffering from sciatica and like back pains and stuff like that, it's a little bit harder to deal with. But um, yeah, he's getting better. He's getting a lot better. With the past couple weeks, he's up and walking. He's doing a lot more things here and there. But yeah, he was suffering a huge anxiety attack like couple like weeks ago, which is funny. It's funny. I told a friend about it a little bit, and like it was I swear to you, do not worry. I do not worry about it, cuz like holy shit. It was funny in the moment. It was scary in the moment, but it was also funny in the moment cuz like we knew what was going on, but like we were just like, "All right, pops." Like um but yeah, it happens. It happens even to the best of us. Um but yeah, I think right. Let me get back on track. This line of work is really nice because like I'm able to make a chunk of change on the side. I'm preparing right now because I'm trying to save up a little bit for TwitchCon. I have yet to actually buy my tickets and buy like any hotel or anything like that. I've been kind of like waiting. I do have like the experience from last year. I was talking about that too. So last year I went to TwitchCon with the intention of like kind of like seeing people within their communities and audiences, and kind of like seeing how a lot of people interacted with uh people from the internet. Because one of the big things too is like you never necessarily know the people you're interacting with a lot of times. I myself ran into like a lot of different people at TwitchCon last year, and I was kind of surprised. Never in my life was it kind of like a more reassuring feeling, because obviously this was before I started streaming a lot, right? It was before I kind of was like, to this kind of like level that I am at this point. Um, but like it was really reassuring to kind of like see a little bit of recognition over the past couple of years, because like there's not like it's not like highly vocalized in many ways, but I got to see a lot of you guys for the very first time in many ways, and it was really really odd. I was talking about this before, where I'm not sure if I want to go like all 3 days to TwitchCon. I don't know what I would do for those 3 days, because last year I only went for 1 day. I got a ticket for Saturday, and I stayed at my Airbnb for only one night. I got there Friday night. I was able to attend a really cool event that was happening. It was really fun. It was a really really fun event. I kind of showed up out of nowhere because like I was like, hey, this is happening tonight. I'm gonna buy a ticket. I'm gonna show up. I'm just gonna enjoy myself a little bit. Little did I know how small the venue was gonna be, and like how like intimate the space was gonna be with like the community. It turned out to be so fun though. It turned out to be so fun. I loved it. It was really cool seeing some people in person for the very first time, and them kinda seeing me for the first time too, because, like, obviously, before I started streaming a lot, I was kinda like this face in the like, the background that kinda people didn't necessarily know too well, and it was the first time people were kinda putting, like, face to, like, profile a little bit, but it was nice. It was nice to kinda, like, get a little bit of, like, recognition in those moments. I after that event, I ended up going to the bar and met even more people. I was kind of like I was thrown back because like at TwitchCon, I thought it was just gonna be like everybody holed up in their hotels. I thought it was gonna be just like only like viewers were gonna be like hanging out. Little did I know that like literally every couple blocks I went or like every bar I went to was like somebody from like the streaming universe, you know, or like, even what was even wilder was, like, seeing people from, like, Kick and, like, other platforms were, like, just, like, wandering around there for a little bit too. That was the oddest thing to me. Um, but yeah, I met a lot of people at the bars for the very first time. Uh, One of them that really stood out for sure was meeting Dan Clancy last year. The man is a goddamn giant. That man is so much taller than I expected he was gonna be. He is such a gentle giant. I'm not even joking. Um, I was thinking about this when I met him. He's actually very, very intimidating at first. Up until you realize, like how friendly he is to just like everybody he meets. It's crazy how sociable he really was at that bar. It was kind of like really cool to see from like somebody who runs like such a big company like Twitch, and he's like the CEO of it. Uh and he's responsible for a lot of like what's going on behind the scenes. um, but yeah, to see him at a bar like that was really crazy with like other streamers and just like hanging out, being just like a regular dude, and just like seeing all these like viewers like or people that aren't like part of the industry kind of like come up to him and just like start chatting and like having conversations. It was really cool. It was fun. And that happened on the first night, like of all things. Like this was before TwitchCon even started. I just barely gotten into San Diego, and it was like my first experiences getting in. So it was amazing. It was a really fun time at TwitchCon. This time around, I'm not going to just kind of like um hang out in the background. I'm kind of going more so to like meet people, hang out with you guys a little bit. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be drinking as much like I was last year. Last year I was like hitting up the bar like crazy. This time around, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get an Airbnb. Um, because I haven't done any planning yet, and I'm pretty sure like every single hotel block at this point is probably already taken. Um, and expensive as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. So my plan was maybe that like I might end up if I go like 2 days or something like that, I might end up driving in. It's just so much easier. But a part of me is also saying thinking that, like, maybe I should probably do something, you know, like, one day at least get, like, an Airbnb or, something, like, around the area just so I don't have to, like, drive as much. Um, I think it's a good idea. Again, with this work, that I'm doing right now, I'm gonna be really busy around September. Like, the first half of September, I'm gonna be just, like I don't know if I'm even gonna be streaming kinda thing. Because I'm gonna be sorting out, like, if I'm gonna be going to the gym, what days I'm gonna be going to the gym. On my work days, I'm gonna be sorting out, like, if I even have time to, like, stream. But the second half of September, it might be a little bit more lenient. Things are gonna cool down a little bit more. I'm gonna have a little bit more time to stream some games. So I think between now and the end of August, so between the 15th and the 30th right now, I'm gonna try and stream as much as I can. I'm gonna try and do as much streaming as possible so that so that I can so that I can basically when I do take that kind of like 2 week kind of like little break at the beginning of September, it's gonna be a little bit better. Hey, how's it going, B man? I want pointies. What the heck is that? But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I think for TwitchCon this year, I'm really excited. Really excited. I will tell you this. For anybody that's going to be attending this year, do not eat at the convention place. There's so many good goddamn restaurants around that area. One of my favorites by far, there was this amazing, amazing egg bagel sandwich spot that was like 2 or 3 blocks from the convention center. It was so good. It was like $15 for that sandwich, and I'll tell you this, I regretted it right afterwards because I had a coffee with it, and I shit you not, that entire day, I I was walking around like I had bricks in my pants. That was a horrible experience. And you know, like when you're at the convention center, you don't want to fucking use the bathroom. The bathrooms are god awful. They're so fucking filthy, dude. So like unless you're like walking your ass all the way back to your Airbnb or like your hotel room, oh, it's such a horrible experience. But but yeah, no, there's so many good restaurants. One thing I didn't try last year though is I didn't try any of the pizza places. Right? I saw so many pizza spots when I was, like, really fucked up, but it was really intimidating. It was really intimidating because, like, I went to TwitchCon solo. It was the first time I've ever been to an event by myself, like that, let alone, you know, in a setting where, like, everybody kinda already knew themselves, like, there's already, like, established cliques and groups. So it was kind of like intimidating to a certain point, you know? Like you're kind of like the oddball out in like all these different groups sometimes. So it was for that experience. This experience I feel a little bit different. I'm so much more comfortable going to this event by myself now than I was before. Cause like I'm gonna be real, man. Like it's so much it's so fun that I don't have to worry about like rallying a group after Anime Expo. Anime Expo was kind of a hassle because you have to coordinate so much with so many different people. You know, like we were traveling in a group of like 6 or 8, and like having to coordinate with everybody sometimes is kind of like, oh, I gotta be here, I gotta be here, I gotta run around, I gotta go this and that and that. And it's like you hardly have any time to like explore and do things you want to do. So like I've been really relishing and enjoying those moments where like I'm able to kind of like go off on my own, have a little bit of an adventure, and just like see where the cards like lay, you know, just roll the dice a little bit, you know, and see what happens. Um and I like those moments. You know, you just pop into a random bar and you run into somebody like Dan Clancy or like like a big, you know, big influencers and stuff like that. And it's always really really fun cuz you never expect it. And it's really pretty cool. It's actually pretty decent. Um so so yeah, yeah, other than that, I mean, let's see. September schedule, TwitchCon, what else was I talking about? I might do an all-nighter right now. It's already 11 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna be up till like probably 1. I should probably make a coffee. If I am gonna be up kind of a little late. I'm still baffled by this comment. What the hell is pointies? Is that like a chip shaped into a point? Okay, I do not understand having somewhat sharp end. Are those like chips, pointies? Ooh, they're shoes. All right, pointies it is. All right, so let's get into these games though. All right, all right, all right. It's been a while since I tried any solo games. Um, we're gonna get into D4 and we're gonna get into Heartworm tonight. What time I end up ending the stream, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I don't know what time I'm gonna end the stream. I'm going for however long my body will take me. if that makes any sense, okay? Tonight is gonna be a test to stamina, okay? I'm gonna play games. If it reaches a point of the night where I can't continue that game, I might do a watch party. I might do a watch party to end the night, right? I think it's only fair. I think it's only fair. If I don't think I'm gonna have that problem. I don't think I'm finishing Heartworm tonight. Heartworm is like at least a 6 to 7 hour game, I think, from like the completionist thing. So I think it should be fine. um so yeah, it should be okay. If I do end up deciding to have a watch party, it's gonna be like early. I'm talking about like 3 or 4 probably. Um minimum. But we'll see. We'll see. It depends how much fun I'm having. It depends on how much fun. So yeah, if you're out there and you're watching expecting me to like um log off at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, just know this might be an all night thing, okay? You don't have to stick around. You don't have to stick around, but just know I'm about to go make a coffee right now. So I might be up for quite a while. And I'm gonna probably be up till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, if you guys got shit to do in the morning, be very careful, Make sure you guys are scheduling your shit right. I want you guys get plenty of rest as well. But yeah, I also want a game as well. So let me go put my water to boil. Uh, and we're gonna start some games up, all right? I'll be right back. Don't you go nowhere.